Jennifer Patoki, please join me. Jen was a four-sport athlete: softball, volleyball, swimming, cross country. She was named Senior Woman Athlete in 1999. She earned all academic team honors for all 8 semesters. She was named to the first team All-Pennsylvania Athletic Conference for softball in 1999. She was second team All-Pac in cross country in 1999. She was the only member of the swim team to swim every competitive event. You know, there's really long ones, and there's really short ones, and the ones that go backwards, and the ones that go, she did them all. I also seem to remember that she was a lifeguard in the Cook Center when I decided that I needed to learn how to swim laps. And I'd never swum one lap. I think she was worried that the Dean of Students was going down and she was going to be on to watch. But she encouraged me. I'd like to note something else at this particular point in time. You'll hear the same thing again in a few minutes, as both Jen and Kristen Sock each participated in 4 sports. If you've been here for other induction ceremonies, you may think, what's the big deal? Since so many of our honorees from the 50s and the 60s frequently played several sports. But for those of you who have stayed in coaching or connected to athletics today, or in the past 2 decades, you are certainly aware that multiple sport athletes, even at the Division III level, are not as common in today's athletic climate. We know, for example, that Division III emphasizes the student part of student athlete, and the Division III athletes are not awarded athletic scholarships as students are in Division I and Division II. The academic concentration continues to be significant for Division III athletes, and our athletes do very, very well academically. Jen is someone who not only excelled academically, but she participated in 3 sports as an undergraduate student, and she extended her involvement during her graduate program when she was pursuing her doctorate in physical therapy. In talking with Jen, I learned that much as we have heard earlier that connections with coaches are significant, it was true for her as well. Many of her memories revolve around softball, and Linda Detra specifically. She mentioned an accomplishment being surviving the trips to Myrtle Beach. That's an accomplishment, not an experience, an accomplishment. And then a few things about singing along to Janis Joplin, among other things. She also mentioned faculty members like Dr. Archie Vamachka, who is here, and faculty in the physical therapy department, some of whom are here tonight. So it isn't just the coaches who affect students' lives, which of course we all know. There are a number of faculty here this evening, and I wonder if you would wave so people know that you are here supporting our student athletes too. Jen was a great student, a great athlete, and she is now a successful physical therapist. Congratulations, Jen. And another part of our custom is to ask a member or 2 of each new class to accept the recognition on behalf of the entire group. Tonight, Jen Patoki and Mary Marino have the honors. Jen Patoki, specifically, I'll say this, prior to my current role as Vice President of Development, I served as Dean of Students and Vice President for Student Affairs for 21 years. I had the opportunity to meet and observe many students in many different venues. One of the most exciting was an athletic environment. I watched Mike Holland coach, and I was frequently on the sidelines, urging the teams that Jen and Kristen were on. It is my pleasure to invite Jen to make remarks on behalf of the Hall of Fame class of 2011.
Good evening. Like we said before, I graduated in 1999 and then again in 2002. I've been a little anxious about doing this the last couple of weeks. And as much as I like to avoid public speaking, I just couldn't turn down the opportunity to thank everyone here and to say how much I appreciate everything they did for me over the span of 7 years, and what an honor this is for me tonight. First off, I just wanted to say a quick something about Kristen. Together, me and Kristen covered all women's sports while we were here, except for field hockey. And we didn't play a single one together. We were together for 7 years, undergraduate and postgraduate. We were roommates for 4 years. I just want to say what a testament it was to those short little surveys they had you fill out before your freshman year that they were able to pair us up together. So I thank you for sharing this with me also, Krista. We're a package deal this year. So I began my athletic career, and now that I'm in Hall of Fame, I can call it a career. I began my athletic career at the age of 5. At the subtle urging of my father, I was signed up at the local rec to play softball. And you know, I didn't swing the bat once. But I got the cutest smile award from the coaches. But I stuck with it, and along the way in high school, I picked up volleyball and basketball, swimming, and field hockey along with softball. And considering that my mother once flunked gym class, I think I did pretty well. Coming to Beaver, it was natural that I would stick with softball, but the opportunity to participate at a college level in swimming and volleyball and cross country was there. As the Arcadia Athletics mission statement reads, the athletic and recreational programs at Arcadia University are designed to be an integral part of the educational experience. And it was an integral part of my experience at Beaver. For me, participating in athletics was a way to stay focused on studying. I know it sounds kind of funny, but when you knew you only had so many hours to study, you better make them count. I came to Beaver at the beginning of a lot of change on campus also. I saw a new residence hall and a health science building built. I enjoyed the softball field going from a grassy afterthought with a really short right field to down the street to now the beautiful complex it shares with field hockey up on the hill. I survived the name change from Beaver to Arcadia. But the thing that I think brought the most to campus and to athletics was the establishment of Cook Center. Cook Center is a recreational center on campus right over here. Not only did it bring the coaches and staff together in one building, but it brought a gymnasium to campus for basketball, volleyball, and intramurals for everyone to participate in. Like everyone said, prior to that, students were shuttled off campus to borrow a gym from another school for practices and games. It brought a pool, something near and dear to my heart. It brought a fitness center with new equipment for students as well as alumni. Before that, a small weight room was in the basement of one of the residence halls. Cook Center was where all practices started, rain or shine. It's where every team met before jumping into one of those infamous Beaver vans for an away game, and it was where every team returned, win or lose. Having Cook Center made it convenient for students as well as staff to catch a game. It wasn't uncommon to see the president or Mr. Benny from the cafeteria or even one of your professors standing in the stands or at poolside cheering you on. Cook Center gave the athletic program a home. And Cook Center continues to offer more for everyone on campus with the additions and renovations that are being completed. That's my little plug for the new part. I myself have a lot to thank Cook Center for. It gave me a job that kept me in ramen noodles and Wawa cappuccinos for 7 years. It gave me a place to study. Between the pool lobby or an empty coach's room, I could always find a quiet place. And most importantly, it gave me a family away from home. A family of very different characters. We had a Carl, a Bug, a Lisa, a Shirley, a Sock, a Man, a Kim Kelly, all said as one word, and a Linda, just to name a few. From the grounds crew to the training room, from the guy who cleaned the locker rooms to the athletic staff themselves. They were all there to celebrate your win, to pick you up after a close one, no matter what sport you played. Everyone was interested. They were there to help you out with anything, from finding that person with the used textbook, and thus cheaper textbook, or as in my case, when I was told I would be doing an internship in Florida in PT school, it was the Cook Center staff that rallied together and asked a family friend to house a poor college student for 2 months. Incidentally, after graduating PT school, I moved to Florida, and the Laytons still refer to me as their college student. So I have a lot to thank Arcadia Athletics for, not only this honor tonight, the memories that I've collected over the years, but who and where I am today.